we had mentioned this before we started this, but you were apparently somewhat of a small punk fan, no? Or?
Well, I wasn't a punk fan. I was a Sex Pistols fan, and to me there was a difference because I wasn't a big fan, but I mean I bought the records. There was a difference because to me the joke about punk, when you look back on it, is that the most important group was the Sex Pistols, and the Sex Pistols were a good rock and roll band. I mean, you couldn't call Johnny Rotten a good rock and roll singer, but as a band, they made really, really great, energetic rock records, I thought. And I didn't hear that in other punk bands. I just heard kind of weak music. So to me, the fact that they are the enduring image of punk rock is a kind of, it's like a reversed joke, really.
Are you concerned with the issue at all? I know that it's written about a lot in the press here of a lot of, especially dance pop acts. I guess Milli Vanilli probably started of lip syncing on stage. And it's, especially, you can sort of understand when an act is a lot of dancing, when you probably haven't got breath to sing. But do you worry about it, or do you notice it? Or?
I notice it very much simply because I'm a vocalist. I mean, I'm not going to say which concerts I've been to and noticed it, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I think for the industry to get up in arms about basically video acts promoting themselves the way that kids are used to is really quite hypocritical, because the industry has made so much money out of these people. So in other words, you sign up an act, you don't build them through live work, you build them through video, you make millions and millions of dollars off of million-selling albums, and then you kind of poo-poo the way they play live, because ultimately they've never been prepared for anything else. I mean, sometimes you get people who can do both. But in general, we have created a very visual form of entertainment which is musical, but the emphasis is visual. And if you can accept that about the last 10 years, whether or not it will change is another matter. But if you can accept that, then the industry should really be supporting the fact that these people should be allowed to carry it through. Because the fact is, when you go and... I went to see a show last year by a major artist. I mean, someone that is considered a rival of mine. And
what's her name?
I'm not... So no. It's not a her. It's not a her. So that might give you a clue.
Something good.
But the three numbers, there were three numbers in the show that were mimed. And I knew which ones they were. They were incredibly well mimed, I have to say, and it had been done in such a way, and I know how it's done because they've done it before, it's done in such a way that there are ad-libs placed into that, recorded into that original backing, original vocal to make it sound live. But it was mimed absolutely perfectly. I knew which songs they were. I'm sure that the audience didn't, because it was done so well. Having said that, the numbers that were mimed received the best reception of the night. And that, I suppose, was because there was so much more strength to the vocals, because the other songs, which were also danced to, the whole show was danced, the other songs had that little bit of weakness in terms of the vocals, simply because the concentration was on the dancing.
Can you see yourself ever being forced to do something like this? Or?
No, I've never mimed. I wouldn't see the point in it. But if I was a fantastic dancer, which I'm not, if I was a fantastic dancer and I saw that as a very large part of my appeal, then maybe I would be tempted to mime to songs where there was some strong choreography going on.
We're actually talking about this with Axl Rose recently. I gather you guys hang out together or know each other, right?
We don't really hang out. We know each other. We've met each other 2 or 3 times. He seems a really nice guy.
Have you found common artistic ground anywhere? I mean, might you ever do something together?
Who knows? I mean, I think he'll probably be around for quite a while, because I think he's got a lot of integrity, and his songwriting seems to be really... I mean, the last thing I heard of the Civil War, I was really impressed by. I mean, at first I thought, to be honest with you, it seemed such a jump that I thought maybe it was, especially as it was on like a charity album, I thought maybe it was a cover. But I was really impressed to hear that was his. I think it's a great song.
Have you managed to find, my last question, have you managed to find the love in your life? And is it, given the sort of besieged nature of your existence, do you have a significant other, or are you still searching?
I've found a couple, but they just...
a couple. Good.
I just...
it's always good to have a spare.
Right? Yeah, I don't need a couple presently. Now, I think that's another area of life which has been not necessarily neglected, or just hasn't been pursued with enough vigour, simply because I've had too many other things in my mind. I think that may be another thing that will change.